What is up, everybody? Welcome to Two Man No Clan. My name is Mark Buckley.
I'm Gruder with a new shirt.
I'm Roundtree with an old shirt.
And we are Two Man No Clan.
So some of the topics for today are going to be the passing of Stanley's wife, modern warfare zombies, 7 Days to Die, and the Spider-Man review. We're also going to go through some dumpster diving stuff, and then cool things I saw at Walmart. And if we have time,
what did you see at Walmart? It was so cool.
20 questions. That's what's on the prompter. I am not the one who went to Walmart.
What's wrong with Walmart?
No, nothing's wrong with Walmart.
You yuppie prick.
I'm not yuppie. I'm broke as shit.
Doesn't matter.
Just sit tight, boys. We'll be right back. One.
Welcome back, everybody. So a little bit of sad news today. Stan Lee's wife passed away. They were married for 69 years, and she died at the age of 93.
Yeah, they got married in 1947.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
3 years after the end of World War II.
Well, and the reason everybody even brings this up is because everybody loves Stanley, and they've always loved him, and she's the woman behind the man. Like, he's considered like one of the greatest influences in modern pop culture, and she's the woman that pretty much held his hand and pushed him forward his entire life. So, sad news.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's the one who pushed him to make his own comic book. So he worked for another company doing all the stuff they wanted to do. He didn't want to do it. He was going to quit. She told him just to take a chance, make your own comic book, do what you want to do. And then that's how he created the Fantastic Four, which is the first group or characters he created. As far as my research could go back to find, he might have made one or two before that, but nothing to the substantial pop culture comic book driven. Fantastic Four used to be huge. Not like they are today, kind of toss away characters. But back in the day, they were a big deal because they were humans who had superpowers but were flawed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was, she pushed that out of them.
Well, and Marvel purposely has been sort of forcing the Fantastic Four out of the public consciousness because those movies were so terrible. Marvel wants the rights back, so they stopped making the Fantastic Four comic. No more Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They want to sort of push that out, and then maybe Sony will surrender it and give it back to them, and then they can make their own shit. Sony or Fox.
Fantastic Four, I mean, if they do it, good on them. That is such a hard comic book to turn into a movie. You got a giant rock, which I get it. You have the Hulk, but still, the flame guy and the invisible woman and the stretchy dude, none of that's going to look right. That's why they don't have Elastaman in Justice League. Elastic Man, whatever the hell.
Plastic Man?
Plastic Man?
Plastic
Sure.
Man, yeah.
Well, I thought, didn't Marvel have something and they had Plastic Man or something like that?
Yeah.
There was an Elastic Man or something.
There's an Elastic Man, yeah. He was he's Marvel. Yeah. He's pretty much Reed Richards, but evil. I thought he was a villain. Anyway.
Maybe.
Anyway, so sad news. Stan Lee is now a bachelor. So ladies, now's your chance. All right, and we'll move on to our next news topic. Hey, you had news about Halo.
Yes, so they just came out. Microsoft just came out with all of the DLC for Halo 3, 4, and Reach for free. Mm-hmm. Everything I've been seeing is gold customers, but there are a few people on Reddit who are saying that they don't have gold and it's still free. So if that's the case and you don't own Halo, any of the Halo games, definitely go out and buy them because you're getting 14 map packs, and usually each map pack has 4 to 5. Not to mention the Spartan thing that you and Gritter played. What was it? The Spartan.
Oh, Spartan Ops.
Yeah, which is its own kind of campaign.
Yeah, it was a weekly.
It's really pushing the table closer and closer.
It was an episodically released, like weekly release of campaign missions with cutscenes and fully rendered cutscenes and everything that Halo would release. I think it was with Halo 4.
It was.
Yeah, with Halo Reach.
Was it Reach?
It might have been Reach. I think it was Reach. So they released those, basically what Telltale is doing now, but with better gameplay and graphics. And that was kind of awesome. So anybody who's not played that, jump on that. That's a good piece of content.
Well, I'm going to tell you if it's for Reach.
Which one? Spartan Ops?
Yeah.
Dead
And
air. Dead air.
Dead air. Everybody watch Mark play on his phone. Everybody watch Mark play on his phone. Everybody watch Mark play on his phone.
well,
Play on that phone. Play on that phone.
hey,
Yeah.
shut up, Roundtree.
Everybody watch Mark play on that phone. Play on that phone. Play on that phone. Play on that phone. Everybody watch Mark play on his phone. He's checking his email and playing Angry Birds.
No, they took down the site that we were just using is gone now.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. You killed it, Mark.
Yeah. The whole list of games is gone. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, now it takes me to a Twitter site. I don't know.
You could have just Googled it. Spartan Ops was part of Halo 4. Yeah, it was part of Halo 4, and it was non-chief characters. It was like other Spartans, like Spartan 4s or something like that.
Oh, so you mean we were correct and you were wrong, and that's why I had to look it up?
Yes, that is true. That is true. You were correct in your guess. Yes, you were.
Hey, my 50-50 is better than yours. That's all I gotta say.
That's true. You flipped the right coin. All right, let's see what's our next topic. Go.
So now we're going to talk about how much we hate Modern Warfare Zombies. Now they're coming out with the World War II game in November, probably November 17th or something like that. Is typically, I believe, when they come out.
Right.
It'll be a Monday. Well, technically a Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll be a Tuesday.
I definitely will be dumpster diving that night.
But well, but so on July 20th at Comic-Con, they're going to talk about the new maps. And all three of us hate Modern Warfare Zombies. But I'm going to go first because I probably have the least amount to say because I've only watched Zombies online. I've never actually played it. It seems like even the biggest YouTubers sit there and they watch somebody else play it before they play it so they can be like, oh no, I know you have to go here and you have to grab this skull and you have to shove it up this zombie's ass. And then he's going to go run across here. But if you don't shoot him when he hits at this point, then you're not going to unlock this gate. Like there's too much bullshit. It's like just hordes of zombies and then you make it to the end. Why do you got to be able, like do all this stupid stuff that no one would know how to do if you didn't have the instruction, like the book, the walkthrough kind of the thing that they sell.
Oh, the guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they probably won't sell a zombies guide, but someone somewhere knows what to do and posts a YouTube video, and then everyone else just follows it.
Yeah, they just build off of that. So it starts with one guy figuring one thing out, and then the next guy, and then so you can sit down and watch one video and learn how to do zombies. But to explain what zombies is to anybody out there who doesn't know, in the Call of Duty games, they're war games about doing war against bad people. There's an extra bit of content that comes with these games called zombies, where they take your normal gameplay and sort of just make it a zombie survival game against almost invincible zombies, and you use funny weapons to kill them, and it's dumb. And I have played it, and it's like Mark said, like unless you sit and watch hours of YouTube to figure out how to game the system and how to get by it, then you only and. It just seems futile. Like all video games to a point are just self-indulgence, but Call of Duty Zombies is
asininely.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of like Space Invaders back in the day. Like you're just going for the high score. Like you're not actually getting anything out of it other than a high score you can show to someone else.
I got to level 47.
Yeah, I've heard people say that. Like they get to level 47 in zombies by themselves. I'm like, I don't know what that means, nor do I care.
Well, like when I watch like Wildcat is a YouTuber, he's usually the one in his group of people that play, and he's the one who's like, no, you have to go over here and you have to grab this egg and you have to go over here and you have to place it here, and then we have to go back to the first level and get this other egg because now it's unlocked. Who the fuck's gonna think to backtrack to the beginning of the game to grab something.
So
it's just so stupid. They try to give you like sort of a story with it too.
Well,
and
now they put those retarded characters in there. Sorry, bad word. But they put those characters in there that are like, they look like everybody from Scarface, or they look like all the gangsters from Scorsese movies.
Kevin Smith even got a throw in on one of them.
Yeah.
You know, he was, I mean, maybe he likes the games. I don't know if he ever played them or not, but he was all excited that he got put in a game. Yeah, I would be excited they put me into a game. I wouldn't care if the game was, you know, hey, let's go rape the fat guy in the back corner. And I'm the fat guy getting raped. I'm in a video game. Fine, that's awesome.
Just throw you over
I mean, I'd be happy to be in a video game. But
what's that movie with what's her name? She gets banged on the
the pinball machine.
The pinball machine.
Oh, Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Not what was it called? Not my.
Yeah, I don't think the name was that long.
Not my.
It was like it's not. Without I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it was a terrible movie.
It was a terrible.
Well, you were talking, so you talk all of it.
Oh, I'm sure it was a good movie, but it's hard for me to watch. Like, I think I was younger when I watched it, and I remember like I can't watch this. This is horrible.
Yeah, it was on HBO, and you were up late one night, and you shouldn't have been. And
I saw boobs. And I'm like, oh, boobs, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? Oh no, oh, I gotta go to bed. Like that movie was, it was heart wrenching.
Hi. Why are you doing that? Keep talking.
So Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, The Accused. It's called The Accused.
The Accused. Okay.
The Accused.
The Call of Duty Zombies. So they've pretty much. Is this thing they're announcing that they've taken all the zombie gameplay from all the games and put it together as one, or is this an all new standalone thing?
I think this is. I mean, it's gonna be like in all the other zombies. It's gonna be with Modern Warfare.
Yeah, the new Modern Warfare. It's gonna have it in it, just like it's gonna be a new story and everything like that. Just like
it's gonna be a new story.
So it's not a $60 standalone game.
No, it's like that every Modern Warfare has it in it.
Oh, see, I was under the impression. Well, even Black Ops has it, but I was under the impression like they put together all the zombie games from all the different iterations into one thing. You buy it for $60 or $40 or something like that.
No, I mean it's just the same thing they've always been doing, adding a piece of garbage game. And see, I like zombies. I have yet to find a really amazing zombie game.
Dead Rising.
No.
You still haven't played The Last of Us.
True, but again, I guarantee I'll say it sucks compared to what I'm expecting in a zombie game.
Nope.
Yes,
I'm telling you, this is nothing like you've ever seen. I've never been this emotionally and physically.
Because in a zombie movie, it's just, and zombie movies do good. I mean, I think it's one of those subjects that's so hard to turn into a video game, just because you can't have those. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just every zombie game. You
don't have that immediate fear of, oh my god, I'm going to get eaten and I'm surrounded by a bunch of guys in a video game. Like that, you're right. That can't be given across through a video game. But The Last of Us does it so damn good.
They did such a good job with the sound design and the atmosphere. Yeah, so if you're playing with the headphones on, like you get crouched behind like a counter. And
you hear that clicker all of a sudden coming
around? You hear that clicker and you're like, oh, fuck, where's that motherfucker coming from?
I'm out of shivs. I'm fucked.
There's a scene in the game where you get snared in a trap and you're hanging upside down. And it's the most helpless, and they flip the controls on the controller. So,
down is up and up is down.
Yeah, so that was like one of the most perfect encapsulations of like being helpless, like in a zombie attack. Like all of a sudden, like you've gotten used to for hours been playing this way, and then when you get trapped and they flip the controls on you, all of a sudden you can't do shit because it gives you that feeling like you're hung upside down, like you can't figure out how to do anything, and it's it's incredible.
Yeah, you'll like it. As soon as I get my PlayStation back.
From the other guy that you let borrow it after you said you let Gruder borrow it.
Well, the PlayStation is no longer in my ownership right now. I have to get it back. So, and then I'll let you borrow it.
I'm going to crap on it. I'm sorry.
There's no way. If you crap on this game, then that means you are just a fucking asshole for no reason.
Yeah, because this is considered one of the greatest games ever made. I mean,
there's no one who has ever said that this is a bad game. No one has ever said it's not good.
No one's ever even said it's an okay game. That shit was the top of every list. I mean, go read reviews on it, or go watch gameplay footage. It's incredible, dude. It's on my top. It's in my top
I've never
5.
found a zombie game that I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. Yeah, I like State of Decay. It was cool. It
Say
lacked a
nothing like
lot of
that.
shit. It lacked a lot.
There's nothing that I can compare this game to other than maybe like the realness of like Tomb Raider. Did you play the newer Tomb Raider games?
I didn't play Tomb Raider. I don't like them.
You know what's funny? They made, I don't mean to cut you off, but real quick, game came out with Watch Dogs for free.
Yeah.
And I tried to play it.
God, that's so hard to play.
I just don't give a shit about that. Like, I'm realizing I'm getting older, and I just don't care about these games where it's like, oh, this is happening over here. I'm like, you know what? I'm too old. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to keep playing the campaign. I don't care about any of this.
Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I can't really focus on it.
It's like I said, I'm just playing Borderlands 1 all over again. I'm doing main mission, walking through, just doing the main
when
mission.
I played Borderlands, I was doing everything on the
Originally, when I played it, I was jumping, doing every mission I could to level up. Yeah. Now I'm just like, I got a shield worth $2 billion. I've got a gun that's a one-shot kill on almost everything. I mean, I killed Crawlamax. He's got 6 legs, his eye, and his back is what you got to shoot. So that's 6, 7, 8 shots I can kill him with my gun.
But see,
So,
Last of Us doesn't have any of that leveling up stuff. It doesn't have any of the side missions. It's literally just a linear story from beginning to end.
Where I was going with that was, you were talking about Tomb Raider. I quit the Watch Dogs and downloaded Tomb Raider back to my Xbox, and I just started playing the original Tomb Raider, and I'm like, this is where I want to be. It's like a Last of Us story. I just want to go through, and if I have to shoot a couple warthogs every now and then or something like that to get something to make a bow stronger, fine.
Yeah.
But I just go through a story. I want to be carried. I'm so old, I want to be lifetime through a story.
Well, yeah, and that's what I loved about Last of Us. You had to do crafting and stuff like that to get your ammo up and to get your weapons up and stuff like that. But it was never excessive to the point where like that's all you like. You couldn't just focus on that and like then store like 500 rounds. They literally structured the game in a way, because it's such a linear story, that they know where you're going to need ammo and where you're going to spend it. And they structure the game to where you don't have to shoot anybody, so you don't have to. Well, on certain points you don't have to shoot people. You can just sneak. But oh man, it's terrible. Anyway.
I tried to play that on New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty, and I made it to where I can't remember what level, like what part of the game it came in, but it's when you're walking through like this neighborhood backyard where there's a bunch of clickers, and you have to go into a house to get something and then come back out. I can't remember what, but I went pretty far into the game on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
And then I couldn't continue. Like I couldn't take it anymore. It's so hard.
No, I think I only played it on the easiest because I sort of just I've gotten to a point with linear games like that. I just want the story. Like I just want the beats. I don't want to. I'm not worried about achievements or high score or anything.
Yeah, I've noticed. Pretty low there, Tree.
I haven't played a game other than like Rocksmith or Peggle in the last 6 months. I mean, I played with Groot or Halo the other weekend, but that's about it.
I've noticed that I've been since we're still talking about games, I've noticed I don't play video games as much as I used to.
None of us do.
Not that I'm too busy. It's not that I'm too busy. It's just
you're too busy. You find something else to do. I mean,
but there's no games that I really want to play right now. Like Last of Us 2, a new Tomb Raider, the new Uncharted, but all those games are linear games. Everything that's coming out now is all over the place with just a whole bunch of shit. Like, I want to play the Horizon game, but I don't know if it's going to be one of those where I have to do a whole bunch of stupid side missions.
Right.
The only game that'll make me do side missions is Grand Theft Auto, because those side missions are going to pay off just as much as the story missions are. Which is what Watch Dogs tried to do.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to stop recording now.
So you say you don't really like zombies that much, but you have been playing a game called what?
7 Days to Die.
So what's that about?
I just did get it. Haven't had a whole lot of time to get into it yet, because I downloaded it last night, and I went to bed, so and it's only like 2.89 gigs. It's not a very large game, so it doesn't take a lot of space. But I was just exhausted, so I downloaded it and I played it for maybe 10, 15 minutes a day. You've got different modes you can play, of course. You know, you got your just play by yourself, play with friends at your house, multiplayer. Then they've got like the creative mode. It's a lot like, yeah, I'm trying to think of. I mean, it's a zombie game with Minecraft. You know, I mean, does that kind of help you with that, like how you're kind of like
blocky characters?
No, it's not Minecraft graphic. It's just Minecraft. You know, you got to get a stone. You got to get this. You got to get the wood, and then you can make a bow and your bow. And you got to make arrows. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like resource collection.
Yeah, you get a resource collect and everything. They also have a creative mode where, of course, you put it's called the cheat mode. If you put it in, of course, you don't get any achievements. But you can put it in, and you can go through your inventory, and you've got everything you ever need.
So it's like Forge mode.
Yeah, sort of like a Forge mode. I played on that just so I could kind of get an idea of like what I can create. Like they've got like 15 guns. I mean, rocket launchers. You've got to learn in the game playing it. You got to learn and find the manuals of how to build everything. I mean, yeah, you might find a shotgun. That's fine. But, you know, if you don't have any bullets, you've got to find gunpowder. You got to be able to find, yeah, it's one of those things where you could do all that, or, you know, you can find the things you need too. But, I mean, from what I heard, you're better off playing with a bunch of friends that have played it before. I got a guy at work, Joel, who's played it with, he played with his best friend, and he said it's freaking amazing when you get a bunch of people playing together. I think you play up to 4 on a co-op.
So you have to like build your own house and stuff like that?
The houses are all there. You just got to fortify your house. You have to, you know, I mean, you have to go around and find wood. Or I guess you could, like I said, I only had 10, 15 minutes in. You could probably chop a tree down. You know, if you get an axe, chop a tree down. Then you can make wood planks and put them over your windows. And you could, you know, build better doors and things like that. So, I mean, it's just.
Is it a top-down view or is it over the shoulder? First person.
First person.
This game sounds extremely annoying.
It was 12 bucks.
Especially with what I just said about how I'm like, just hold my hand and tell me a story. You know what? They should come out with a video game that you don't do anything. You just watch it.
They do have video games like that.
They're called movies.
Yeah, they're called movies.
And speaking of movies, I believe Mr. Roundtree has a review.
All right, I'm here to do a review of Spider-Man: Homecoming. It just came out today. Everyone else, you've probably seen reviews, but here's mine. This movie picks up for Spider-Man after the events of Captain America: Civil War. Where we were introduced to Tom Holland as Spider-Man. This picks up with him in high school, dealing with being a high school kid and knowing Tony Stark and having all these powers. And man, it really does feel like a John Hughes movie. They play like this fun, like cool alt music.
In Jersey?
What's that?
Are they in Jersey?
No, well, they're in New York. He's in Brooklyn. Is that where he lives?
That's close. That's close.
That's close. So he's in high school. He likes chicks. He's got a nerdy friend. He's kind of a dork. Flash Thompson picks on him. You know, the basic Spider-Man stuff. They don't do any of his origin in this movie at all. Like, in a conversation while walking that takes place over like 5 seconds, you sort of hear his friend say, "So you got bit by a spider? Like, where's that spider at? Can it bite me too?" Like that's all you hear about his origin. It was really handled really well. It was kind of cool. But the movie stars Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Michael Keaton as the Vulture / Adrian Toomes, Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, which is kind of an awesome take on Aunt May. Bokeem Woodbine as the Shocker. If you're a comic book fan or a cartoon fan, you know who that is. Jon Favreau's back as Happy Hogan, of course. Robert Downey Jr.'s back as Tony Stark. And Zendaya, I don't know if you guys heard, there was a lot of press on this girl named Zendaya was going to be in this movie. And everybody was speculating who she would be. She's like,
Mary Jane, but ends up not being Mary Jane.
Yeah, and she might have had like 120 seconds of total screen time. So the fact that we were making a big deal about this girl and she ended up being almost a non-factor. She just happened to be.
She was one of those Disney kids.
She was, and she just happened to be like another kid just giving Peter Parker shit in high school. Shit.
One thing I heard about it was everybody's somebody.
Yeah, like everybody in the movie. Yeah, and I don't want to spoil
They don't
anything.
ever like tell you like like the garbage man. Oh, he's actually so and so. They just
Right.
When I heard, they just kind of they're names of the characters from the comic books that may have been like a superhero, but they'd never even tell you for sure if that's what they're even going to do.
Right. There's a character in this
And
movie.
they may never even tell you. They may never even do that person as a character. But everybody, at least in the comic, was somebody. But in the movie, they may never be that person.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They just tried to like bring everybody that was in the comic and at least put them into this movie in a way. At least their name.
Yeah, the character that plays Peter Parker's best friend is actually the same character in another Spider-Man book. Miles Morales, who's another Spider-Man, future Spider-Man, his best friend. Well, they just took that character from Miles Morales and gave it to Peter Parker, so that's his best friend. And they just named him Ned Leeds, which is a familiar name to comic book fans. But yeah, there are characters in this movie you see pop up, and you're like, oh, that's gonna be, and it may never come to fruition, but they sort of hint at it. Uh, and they do that in a lot of Marvel movies. If you remember the beginning of Captain America: Winter Soldier, they had him fighting Batroc the Leaper, who is this super silly, purple and gold French acrobat of a criminal. And they had Captain America fighting him at the beginning of Winter Soldier. They don't say, "Look, it's Batroc the Leaper," but they say that his name is Simon Batroc, and he's a evil guy from blah blah blah. So comic fans like know the name and they recognize. They may not recognize the way he looks, but they recognize the name. So in that, you're right. They had a bunch of great cameos in this movie. From Stan Lee, Donald Glover was in it. He's got a couple of great scenes. And I don't know if you've seen in the previews and the trailers. Spider-Man's got this suit that Tony Stark gives him, and it's got an AI and everything built into it, just like Tony Stark's Iron Man suit. And the AI is voiced, and I didn't know this until I was doing a search after I watched the movie today. The AI is voiced by Jennifer Connelly. Like, I had no idea Jennifer Connelly even had anything to do with this movie, but she was the voice of the AI in Spider-Man's suit. So that's kind of neat. This was directed by John Watts. You don't know anything he's ever done. He did a movie called Cop Car and a movie called Clown. I haven't seen it. Either of those, and I have no idea.
I think Clown is actually, because of this, is either on, I think it might be Netflix or that, the free site I go to just to stream movies. It's where like the kid's birthday party, he wants a clown, his dad can't give him a clown, so he puts a clown mask on, doesn't know that it's got evil powers, and so he puts it on, and his dad becomes like this evil killer clown and like killing people.
That sounds like a fun premise.
I think that might be that same movie. I had to double check that.
I'll watch it. I mean, after seeing this movie, I'll watch whatever this dude does, because this dude's got it. Now, I know Marvel and Star Wars are different. I know there's so much studio oversight that a director, his personality may not ever shine, or his talent may never shine through anyway. But I'll go real quick through pros and cons. Pros in this movie. This is a small story in a big universe. We all know the Marvel universe is huge. This is a small story with a smaller villain. It's great. That's sort of what I miss. That's why I like Ant-Man, and it's the same reason I like this movie. A smaller story, smaller scale. It's not like he has to save the entire world. We're getting kind of worn out on that. I'm getting kind of sick of that. It ties in really well with the MCU, like with Tony Stark and the Vulture. The Vulture tied, like I said, the Vulture. Well, I guess I didn't say. The Vulture, the guy that plays him, Michael Keaton's character, he's a contractor and owns a company that cleans up after the events of Avengers 1 with the Chitauri invading Manhattan and such. So it's kind of fun. This is a Sony picture. This is not technically a Marvel Studios picture. This is technically Sony. So they did it, and Kevin Feige oversaw the production of this. And he's the producer at Marvel. So he did a good job tying everybody in. Tom Holland is a goddamn superstar. That kid as Spider-Man is incredible. And if you haven't seen his lip sync battle on YouTube where he dresses up like Rihanna and does Umbrella, go watch that now. The character design in this movie was incredible. You guys saw the trailers and commercials. Vulture looks awesome, and he looks even better in the movie. Like, I thought they just gave us the money shots in the trailer. No, dude, like, there are just some incredibly, like, just awesome scenes with him. The spider suit looks awesome. The action was great until the end, but I'll go to that next. Humor was mostly well timed and great. Again, there were some pitfalls there too. Uh, it felt like a John Hughes movie. I said that already. It felt like a great coming of age story with superhero stuff in the background, and that was awesome because this kid pulls that off perfectly. The cast around him, Aunt May, like everything around him felt like a John Hughes movie. Um, Tony Stark is not as big a character in this movie as the trailers let on. The trailers kind of make you believe that you're going to see Iron Man around every corner, and that's not true. He might have had 10 minutes of total screen time in this. The music was awesome. They played a lot. I think the song I remember most is, I think they played Blitzkrieg Bop during the closing credits by the Ramones, and that just sort of says it all. Like that's pretty much the tone of the entire movie. The cons of this movie: Happy Hogan, Jon Favreau shows up as Tony Stark's driver. They gave him a huge part in this movie. He was on screen more than Tony Stark was, and I really didn't give a shit. I could give a shit less like why Tony Stark's limo driver all of a sudden now has responsibilities and lines. Like I don't care. I know it's Jon Favreau and he's a great director and he's a good actor, but I don't care about his character. The humor was good, but at some points, and Marvel has a tendency to do this, when the hero's having his moment where he's realizing his power, and they're expressing that to the audience, like right in the middle of it, they'll just drop a joke and just interrupt it. And I think like a good example of how that didn't happen was Wonder Woman. Like in Wonder Woman, where she comes into her power and and like the important moment happens, they let it happen, and it just rolls on. They move on past that. Marvel doesn't do that. They like to throw a joke right into the middle of a superhero sort of coming of age or coming of his power scene, and it kind of bothered me a little bit. The final battle with the Vulture and Spider-Man was such a mess. Like it was so fast and there was so much going on, and it happened at nighttime. And you ever see like these movies where there's a big battle at night, like on a Transformers or something like that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Transformers.
Batman.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's one reason I've never liked the Batman movie. I get it. He's a nighttime superhero, but that's one thing when they always fight, I'm like, because I don't know if it's maybe my eyes or the TV that I'm using, but it's like everything's all black, and I'm like, I kind of see what's going on. I don't know if it's me or everybody sees the same thing.
No, and like you just, this is one of those situations like with Batman, you have to watch it a couple times and really sort of pay attention to different things to understand what's going on. Because the Vulture and Spider-Man, their fight, like, because the Vulture's got such a big, intricate costume and wings, and Spider-Man, and everything's in the dark, and they're fighting on this airplane that has all these, it was kind of a mess. At a point, like, when they're fighting, I just saw blurs of motion, and I just had to infer what just happened. Like, did Spider-Man, I guess, jump across that and punch him in the face? Okay, I don't know. Like, I just saw red and, like, mechanical stuff and green and lights and fire. So that was kind of a mess, but for all the action leading up to that was great. It mostly happened in the daytime, and everything wasn't as cluttered. And like I said, Zendaya was in this, and she was really overhyped in the media and the press and the promotions and stuff like that. And she had like 10 lines.
Well, but Disney, I'm sure, had something to do with that because Disney owns the Doesn't Disney own Spider-Man?
Sony.
No, Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man.
Movie rights, but doesn't Disney own the true rights to Spider-Man?
They own they own Marvel.
Own comic book rights.
Right, Sony doesn't have merchandising or comic book rights, so any video games or toys or comic books is Marvel. Which is Disney.
Hence why they made such a big damn deal about their little Zendaya girl being in the movie.
And don't get me wrong, she's great. Like in the 10 lines that she has, she's funny and like in a really just kind of non-girly, sort of sarcastic and biting way. I don't know if you've ever seen The Edge of 17. It sort of reminded me of a character from that. But she was great. But she only had 10 lines. Like I don't understand why she even was involved in the marketing for this or why she was in the commercial. I think you saw 2 out of the 10 lines in the commercial.
I think I told you why.
Well, yeah. But I don't see why they would push her to the forefront. I mean, she's not going back to the Disney Channel. I don't think. She might. I don't know.
They also try to make her have a musical career.
Yeah, maybe. But I guess wrapping it up, I think I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10. Let's say 7.7. No, let's go 8. Yeah, it's 8. I think this is probably an 8 out of 10 for me.
So it's worse than Winter Soldier and Civil War.
No, don't put it like that. No, it's just not as important feeling. Like, it doesn't feel as important as Civil War and Winter Soldier. Like, the events that happen in this movie don't feel like...
The Winter Soldier, he's going against his best freaking friend. That's a huge thing to do, you know what I mean?
But the story was also really good. I mean, regardless of that.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was a great story, but it had worldwide.
That's what I'm saying. But like I said, the Winter Soldier, he's going against his best friend. In the Civil War, you got to figure that's just, everybody. I mean,
yeah, and
to say it's worse than that, well, yeah, of course it's going to be worse than that. It's not nearly as impactful.
Well, see, Homecoming 2 is supposed to end. Or no, Infinity War ends the first phase of Marvel movies.
And Homecoming 2 is supposed to be the beginning of the next.
Beginning of the next phase.
Now, like I said, this is not as good as Winter Soldier or Civil War, but that's unfair because those are spy dramas, and then like Civil War was basically Avengers 3. And so maybe a lot more went into that. It's a smaller movie. This is a smaller movie, so I'd put it on par with Ant-Man. It's maybe a little bit better than Ant-Man. It's probably the villain's probably is way like Michael Keaton in this movie, dude, is off the charts, like awesome. I love Michael Keaton in almost anything he does, so it's like I said, it's definitely worth a watch. It's super fun, man. Like with its small little faults that I have, the problems that I have with it, it is still just an incredible movie. I mean, just incredibly fun movie. So yeah, anyway, that's my review.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm recording.
You ready to rock? We're gonna rock your socks off. No. Went dumpster diving on, I don't know what day it was, doesn't really matter. So I went, I didn't expect to find anything, but I actually found something. I don't know how well you're going to see this.
You want me to walk up to the camera?
Gonna walk him up there. Easy with him, he's a little guy. Don't hurt him. Bart's gonna bring up the little guy effect right up to the camera. Put him right up there. Get him in there.
Oh, that looks good.
Hey, little guy, what are you doing? Apparently, these are those mystery boxes that you buy. This is from the cartoon One Punch Man. You know, the little boxes, they're mystery characters in each one. You open up and you find what character you got. Well, that's not what I found. What I found was the actual display box. And on the display box, they have like a sample character. That was a sample character. They threw it away. They didn't, nobody kept it. I guess nobody wanted it, so they just threw it away with the box. So I was like, what is that down there? I thought it was like a Skylanders figure or something, because the way I saw it, I didn't see the box. I just saw the little character. So I reached down there, and I was like, what the heck is this? It was like One Punch Man. I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard about that cartoon. I haven't seen it yet.
One Punch Man.
And I just ripped it right out, and I was like, cool. Got a little figure to hang it, stand up back there. Then I got this. Ooh, what could it be? Roundtree knows.
Nuclear codes for World War III.
That's right. I'm taking you bitches with me. Actually, you open it up, and inside were the multiplayer characters you play.
The class.
I'll walk them up again.
Well, he can see them pretty good.
Yeah, I can see them pretty good from here.
Now, this is the Firebreak character where you would play him in the Black Ops 3.
And these are essentially like trading cards. Like on the back of them, they have like
sort of,
stats.
on the back, they give you, they're not like really as much their stats as just kind of a little of what's going on with them, and their 2 abilities they can do. So here's
I want the Spectre.
Here's the Nomad.
Spectre's my shit in that game, man.
Here's the Battery. I'm trying to keep the light.
She's my favorite. Yeah.
Battery, yeah.
Really? Oh, I love the Spectre, man. That Ripper just.
I like her because you can plant those grenades, those motion grenades.
Yeah.
Here's the Outrider. She's the chick with the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Wait, the Battery does the Swarm?
No, that's who I like.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Swarm. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's kind of. It's
I hated that character.
AKA Chappie.
Because I remember.
Here's Rune. This guy had gravity spikes. I hated playing people playing with him because they just jump down.
Unless you're the Ripper, then you just go. But I remember playing with Roundtree, and he'd be like, "Who doesn't have quiet feet?" or whatever the hell it was called. What was it called? Where like your feet didn't make any noise when you were running?
Oh, it's like Ninja or.
Yeah, you would get so pissed because somebody running next to you, you could hear them, which means they can hear them, and you have your quiet feet on.
Yeah.
That stupid fucking Reaper, no matter what, would run next to you like. you couldn't do anything about it. Every time one of those motherfuckers ran by me, I was like, Tree would be so pissed right now.
Yeah, yeah. And in the multiplayer that bothered me. Who's that?
There's the Prophet,
Oh, nice.
the Seraph,
Nice.
and then Mark's favorite, Spectre.
Spectre's badass.
So yeah, I found those dumpster diving this time around.
Or the bow and arrow chick.
See, I always used which one was he?
I love the bow and arrow chick because even when that dude came up with those
the Nomad's the one that had the hive where you shot it and they walked by, like these looking thing would come out and attack. Oh,
that's the best.
Oh, he was also the one with the lightning gun that would chain between everybody.
Does he have that too?
Yeah.
I always picked the hive. I never picked anything else.
He also had that lightning gun where it would chain. So if a bunch of people are close to one another, you shoot them with, and it takes like about 2 seconds, like, and it would
charge
go out
up.
And it would chain.
I do remember that, but like I always use the hive because I like camping, and that makes that more fun.
Oh, I was at Walmart today where I got my cool shirt. Star Wars. Surprised it actually fit. But I was just walking through the toy section like I always do, checking out the pop figures, which they didn't really have anything cool there. And I just happened to be walking towards the electronics, and there's like a little end cap there. And I was looking, and I was like, what are those? I walk a little closer. What they are is they're metal die-cast figures, about 2 inches tall, maybe. One are detailed really good. And you get a pack of 5 of them, and they're DC, Marvel, and Harry Potter characters. They're pretty cool looking. You know, so I was surprised that this company, I guess, got the rights to do all of that. You know, that surprises me that this company has like the rights to do the DC characters, the Marvel characters, and the Harry Potter characters.
All in the same pack?
No, they're individually packed with just theirs. But I thought it was pretty cool that they had the rights to do. This company got the rights to make all of the characters. You can either buy the packs of 5 for $4.87, which is pretty cheap, or you can buy the individual ones with 97 cents each.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah,
I was like, that's not bad at all.
I got a tiny metal Batman for $1?
Like that, yeah.
Dude, you could make a chessboard with those. That would be awesome.
You could.
Dude.
I could have Robin as the pawns, and I could have Superman as the king, and Wonder Woman as the queen. That'd be awesome. Or like you go to play Monopoly at someone's house, you just bring your own little metal character. Fucking race car.
Simple. I'm Green Lantern. Or as Mark likes, the White Lantern.
Yeah, Mark.
No one knows that.
Mark would immediately get his and paint it white and put a little pointy hat on it.
We didn't record the audio on that part of the show, remember?
Oh, that's true. That's an inside joke. Oh, for all you people out there, I'm going to explain to you this racist thing Mark said earlier.
And that's it for Two Man No Clan. Thank you for watching, everybody. My name is Mark Buckley.
I'm Gruder.
I'm Roundtree.
And don't forget to subscribe, like,
share,
follow us on Facebook, and
send us piles of money. Yeah.
Well, we also have Twitter, The Default Media, at The Default Media. We have Facebook, which is it's just Factory Default. Facebook.com/Factory Default, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then our YouTube doesn't have enough subscribers, so it's youtube.com/A4612922167119642131-6.
No, that's not even close.
just
more letters than numbers.
just search the Factory Default on YouTube.
Or like our Facebook page, link right there.
Yep, do that.
YouTube channel, if you really want to know all of it.
No.
And now,
and I got it right here.
It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's almost midnight.
It feels like 1.
No, it says UCOUNKB.
God damn it, Gruder, why are you reading stuff?
JKCLSD BBTZ7G.
Just go ahead and exit out.
Exit out of what?
Stop recording.
He did a month ago.
What are you talking about? We should stop recording the show right now?
Well, while he was in the middle of it, you should have just faded it out as he was reading it.
Let me, yeah.
I noticed how it's always...
That would have been funny.
You're
just reading a whole bunch of stuff and it just kind of fades out and it just says, thanks for watching.
Always the fat guys getting pissed on. I see how it is, man. It's cool.
Well,
They're your thighs you're pissing on.
I can't.
so, thanks for watching, everybody. And
oh, we're still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
How dare you put your naked box in the freaking screen in front of everybody? You
I had no idea. I thought we were done.
He didn't say goodbye.
I said goodbye.
But he didn't get to say goodbye.
He said Roundtree.
Doesn't matter. He didn't get to say officially goodbye.
Oh. Well, what do you got to say, Tree?
Go.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Let's do that again. Thank you for watching, everybody. God damn it, man. Do it again.
Go. Okay,
so we're going to talk about how much we hate Modern Warfare Zombies. It's coming. Can we do that again? I'm just.
Go.